everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to day 606 of trying a new makeup product every day. Today I'm trying out this Smooth Definition Pressed Powder from the brand Malibu Glitz that I got from Shopmissa. So this was only $1, it's cruelty free. This definitely does not look like a $1 product. But I picked this up in the shade Fair. It does come in 5 different shades on the Shopmissa website, which for Shopmissa website, that's a decent amount of shades, especially for a powder. The website says that this can be used as a powder foundation, so that's what I'm going to be trying this out as first today, but it can also be used as a setting powder. It actually has really high ratings on the Shopmissa website. And in my experience, when something has high ratings on the Shopmissa website, it tends to be so good. Some of my favorite products are the ones that I found on Shopmissa that have high ratings. So I'm hopeful that this will be good. I have been on the search for a great powder foundation that's inexpensive. That's been one of my newest makeup hunts. But so for a $1 product, this has pretty nice packaging because you get the mirror, it comes with a sponge. Although I'm going to use my beauty sponge, my dampened beauty sponge today rather than this, just because these tend to not do a good job. I can tell by the texture of this that it's kind of like a sticky, it's weird. It's like got a weird texture to this foam. So just so that I'm giving this product a fair chance of performing its best, I'm going to use a beauty tool that I know that I like, even though this is also from Shopmissa. This is the Mochi blender. So if you want to see my review on this sponge, I will have that video linked down below. But before I do that, also, this has really pretty floral design on it. I'm not sure if that's showing up on camera, but I'm just going to go ahead and swatch a little bit of it. Oh, has a nice smooth texture for a powder. Seems like it should be a nice shade. I've learned that you really cannot tell from a swatch like this on how it's actually going to look on the skin, because from this swatch it's not looking very smooth, but I don't really want to judge it at all from this. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my sponge and see how it looks on the skin. So I'm gonna try and cover up some of this redness, see what it does to the large pores. You can see it's looking kind of dark on my skin, like it's oxidizing a bit. This is the lightest shade that it comes in, Fair, and when I just swatched it, it looked lighter, but now that I'm applying it on my face, it's definitely looking like a medium tone to me. Maybe that's because I was applying it wet. I don't know if that would make a difference, but so there's the color right there. You can see it looks pretty light. No, it gets darker. It definitely oxidizes on my skin. So that's a bummer. That's something to note. But aside from that color change effect, it does look super smooth on the skin after all. It's giving some decent coverage over the redness. You can see the difference in the amount of redness. It really toned that down. And it also did a pretty good job of minimizing the appearance of my large pores. But I would not really use this as my powder foundation. I feel like it's not giving quite enough coverage, but for me to just be able to judge the powder texture on its own, it does look very smooth and nice. But also, now that I know about that darker color, I wouldn't use this to set my under eyes because I like my under eyes to be light and bright. But for the fun of it, I did grab one of my go-to foundations, the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate foundation. So I'm just going to apply a bit of this onto my face like I normally would. And then I'm going to try and set it with this powder, and we'll see how that does. You can just see the shade difference. Like, this one is way too dark for the foundations that I would use. Oh, I just love this foundation so much. If you want to see my full dedicated review of this Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Foundation, I will have that video linked down below, because you should definitely try this foundation if you have not yet. It's pretty affordable. I think Ulta was doing 40% off of this foundation this week, which is a fantastic deal. I probably should stock up on it while it's on sale. But okay, so now I have the foundation on, and let's see if I just take a little bit of this powder and then set. Yeah, this seems to be doing a really nice job of setting the foundation. I can see that it's gotten a little bit more mattified, especially over my nose where I have the large pores. This is doing a great job of really blurring the pores, but still looking so smooth on the skin. It's not giving any cakiness at all to the skin, which is what I'm very careful of. I don't want my powder to look cakey and dry, and this $1 powder looks perfect on the skin. And even though it is a little bit of a darker shade, I don't feel like it changed the shade of my foundation much. Like, I don't mind adding a little bit of extra bronze coloring to the foundation, just as kind of like a top layer that probably looks better on my skin anyways. But to use this entire kind of bronze shade for my skin tone wouldn't look right, but adding a light layer of it on top of the foundation I think looks really nice. Phew, so I'm glad that this ended up working well for me as a setting powder. It also would be great for touching up the skin as the day goes on if I get oily, and I definitely tend to get oily, especially along my forehead, down my nose and chin as the day goes on. And then just throwing on this powder to tone down, to mattify the skin, but also still adding a little bit of coverage is great. So I'm really glad that I have this for that purpose. So definitely, if you're looking for, a tinted setting powder, I would say check these out for $1. It's so worth it. Now I just need to clean up the rest of this face and then do the same routine, and I'm gonna be good to go. I'm so glad that this powder was a success, because the last powder that I tried out from Shopmissa that I wanted to do exactly what this powder did turned out to look terrible on my skin. So I was feeling a little bit hesitant, not so hopeful that I'd be able to find my perfect $1 setting powder, but I think I may have found that right here. I do have another powder that I'm going to be trying out in a future video that's also a $1 tinted setting powder, so it'll be interesting to see how they all end up comparing to each other. But for now, I'm really excited to have this one in my collection and to continue using it. And thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.